Hello, you're listening to Over the Oxer podcast with Tracy Cole for all things to do with the mind for equestrians.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. Today, we're going to think about doing something a little bit differently. Something that takes only maybe seconds, maybe just a couple of minutes at max. And yeah, I think that, your heart, your body, and your horse will be quite grateful for it. Have you ever come off a ride, any kind of ride at all, and just had a really nagging feeling of, disappointment or frustration, irritation? Not a meltdown. It's not been a disaster. It's just this low level nagging. And maybe there's a mistake that you made that you can't get out of your head. Maybe there was a communication between you and your horse that didn't quite go right, or maybe you're struggling to communicate with your horse. Maybe even a comment from somebody else, maybe an instructor or a coach, was taken badly. Maybe it stung when maybe they didn't mean it that way. Well, we all do it, don't we? And today I want to introduce you to a beautiful practice that you can use in those moments. And you've probably heard of it already, and you might even use it. It's called Qigong or Qigong. And don't worry, it is part of a Chinese practice, but you don't need to be into martial arts or mysticism to really benefit from it. It's about calming ourselves through the breath, through slow movement. It's something that you can do outside of your stable. You can do it in your riding boots. You can do it next to your horse. You can do it quietly before a ride. You can realign yourself after a ride, or you could do it at home. So let's just talk about those small moments, first of all, the ones that we brush off on the outside, but inside they're still clinging to us. Those thoughts are still rattling around our brain. And they remind me a little bit of my lunge line. Anyone who knows me will know that my lunge line, I always put it away perfectly. I'm really meticulous about looping it up all nice and tidily, but I guarantee when I get it out again, it's full of knots. I don't know what happens in the meantime, but it's like that knot in your lunge line that if there's one or two, then that's okay. You could just undo them, then you can do what you need to do. But somehow with lunge lines, they have this magical property where they self-tangle. And it's a little bit like that with us, that we can carry one or two little knots. It's not the greatest thing, but we can do it. But, we can also think about it affecting us far more than it should do. And it might be micro tensions. It might be a micro tension in your hands, in your hips, in your knees or somewhere else, in your shoulders. It could be in your breath. It's not quite as deep as you would like it to be. And so this practice is fantastic for learning to come back to center, to reset ourselves gently. We're going to walk through a couple of little mini techniques on how to do that. So as long as you're not driving and as long as you're not holding a horse or you're around horses, you're responsible for a horse who isn't in their stable or field, then perhaps you'd like to have a little go at this. And if you would like to do, you can also have this as a PDF version. So we're going to start by thinking about what is Qigong or Qigong. It's that ancient Chinese practice, and it's done with intention. So it's slow movement, it's focused breathing, and we set some kind of soothing, gentle intention. Qi means life force or energy, and gong or gung means cultivation or work. So that means that Qigong is basically an energy practice. I love one description that it says it's like tending to your internal weather. And I love it because you don't need to do it for hours. So I try to do a little bit every day. I don't particularly do it at a set time every day, but I do try to do it. The little routine that I do takes, 2 minutes. It's of that order. I will put the link to the YouTube routine that I do in the description box in case you're interested. But you use this practice a little bit like a tool to calm your system, smooth out your breath, and reconnect to your body. So let's have a little practice. Feet flat on the ground, arms relaxed. Eyes can be open or softly closed. Let's start with the breath. Take a slow breath in through your nose and then gently exhale through your mouth like you're sighing out steam. And again, inhale through your nose and then sigh it out, just gently. And then when you've done that, we can repeat it. Inhale again. Hold, and then just sigh. Let your shoulders drop as you sigh that breath out. Let your jaw soften, and just let your belly move with your breath. One more time. As you breathe in, imagine that you're drawing in fresh, clean air, and with every exhale, you're just letting go of that frustration or tension. Overthinking. And keeping with that kind of soft, flowing breath, we can add a little bit of movement. If your arms and shoulders are able to do so, we're going to lift the arms out to the sides and then up over your head. And you can imagine that you're gathering up light, or you're even lifting a soft silk scarf. Pause at the top, and on your next exhale, slowly and gently float your arms back down in front of you, palms facing the earth so that you can release that negativity. Let's do it again. Inhale slowly, raise your arms out to the sides and then up above you, and then pause, exhale, and slowly and gently float your arms back down in front of you, palms facing the earth. And one more time. Inhale, and then very gracefully lift your arms above you. Pause, exhale, allow the arms to float down like leaves on the wind, palms facing down. And one more time, and this time on the inhale, set an intention. It can be your own intention, or you can use the one that I'm going to use, which is, I can do this. And then exhale, and that is enough. Okay, good. Now, continuing with that breathing pattern, we're going to start tapping. Bring one hand to the center of your chest, just below your collarbone. And it's a very calming spot. Gently tap with your fingertips or simply hold your hand there. And as you breathe, bring to mind your horse. This moment of connection with your horse reminds you to allow yourself to feel warm, to feel grateful for all your rides, even with the bumps and the ups and downs. Breathing in calm as you continue this, and breathe out. Know that you are already returning to your center. And good. And relax. So you could do this after a ride. You could do it before a ride. You could do it as a reset when you're riding, if your horse allows. If your horse is nice and calm and will stand calmly and halt, you could do the breathing just to recenter yourself, realign yourself. Or you might want to get off and do it and then get back on. So these micro resets really matter. They tell your nervous system that you're safe, you're capable, and you can begin again. You can do it. So instead of brushing it aside, as most people, including myself, normally do, then pause, breathe, gather your chi, and go back to it with softness. Do let me know how you get on. Do post a comment. Do download the podcast, share the podcast. Do rate the podcast, give us some stars. And if you would like this as a PDF, so you've got written instructions, simply email me. I'll put my email in the description box and just ask for the PDF from the podcast and I will send it to you. So breathe deeply, ride softly, and let go of every little storm. Take care, and I will see you again very soon.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.